You may be seated. So Naomi is not done yet. She's just begun today. So we bless her, and now she'll bless us with her first Drash. So we'll hand her the floor. Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This week's Parashat is Ha'azinu, which means hear. It is also called the Song of Moses. Moses gives prophecy, but also describes God and talks about his character. Deuteronomy 32, 3 and 4 says, For I will proclaim Adonai's name, ascribe greatness to our God, the rock. Blameless is his work. Indeed, all his ways are just. God of faithfulness without iniquity. Righteous and upright is he. In this week's Haftorah portion from 2 Samuel 22, David also sings a song about God. Just like Moses, David uses the rock as a name for God. 2 Samuel 22:32 says, For who is God besides Adonai? And who is a rock besides our God? The rock is mentioned several times in this week's Parsha, including in Deuteronomy 32:15, which says, But Jeshurun grew fat and kicked. You got fat. You grew thick. You gorged. He forsook God who made him. He mocked the rock of his salvation. So who is Jeshurun? Jeshurun is another name for Israel. It means upright one. Jeshurun mocked the rock of his salvation. The rock is referring to God, who is the rock of his salvation. Who is the rock of his salvation? It is interesting that the name Yeshua means salvation. The rock is also mentioned in the New Testament. Paul talks about Yeshua being the rock which provided water in the desert, not just physical water, but spiritual water. 1 Corinthians 10:3 and 4 says, And all ate the same spiritual food, and all drank the same spiritual drink, for they were drinking from a spiritual rock that followed them, and the rock was Messiah. The Gospel of John tells the story of Yeshua and the Samaritan woman at the well. John 4:13 and 14 says, Yeshua replied to her, Everyone who drinks from this water will get thirsty again, but whoever drinks of the water that I will give him shall never be thirsty. The water that I give him will become a fountain of water within him, springing up to eternal life. In Revelation 22:17, Yeshua says, Take the water of life free of charge. The Spirit and the bride say, Come. Let anyone who hears say, Come. And let anyone who is thirsty come. Let anyone who wishes take the water of life free of charge. The rock of Yeshua gives us living water, but the rock also provides a firm foundation. Matthew 7:24 through 28 says, Therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and yet it did not fall, for its foundation had been built on the rock. Everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who built his house on sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was its fall. Now, when Yeshua had finished these words, the crowds were astounded at his teaching. In closing, Yeshua, the rock, provided in the desert. Yeshua provided for the Samaritan woman. Yeshua is providing for us right now. Yeshua will always provide for all eternity. Yeshua is our firm foundation. Yeshua is our salvation. The rock was not just for Israel in the desert or for the woman at the well, but also for you and me. We can confidently say, Adonai lives, and blessed be my rock. Exalted be God, the rock of my salvation. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.